and all the bullshit that goes along with it. This is my broadcast, and guess who we have in the house? Laila White. Okay. Now, you guys, if you've been following, you've been seeing the posts. You've been seeing her wonderfully gorgeous images and her beautiful family. And so we have her right here. And Diane Haslam was just on just a moment ago, and you saw that as well. Laila is the technical director too. Yep. You know what? I'm not going to even do this. Laila, I want you to introduce yourself. Tell everyone what it's about.
Before I start, I want to say Diane Haslam is one of my mentors. And of course, Bill, you know that you are one of my mentors. You're the one who got me started with this. You and my brother are the one that got me into this fitness scene.
Well, I don't know about that, folks. But Laila.
But it's true.
Has had, okay, whatever. It's not about me. It's about you, Laila. Okay.
It's always about you.
No. Whoops. Careful there. Okay. All right. So, Laila, let me ask you something. Before you even had anything to do with the fitness industry, what were you thinking? Yeah. I mean, what made you decide to go, like, okay, that's where I want to be? Share with us.
See, most of the time I don't think, so it's very difficult to get things done if you don't think. That's a joke. No, so I was a housewife. I saw I was pregnant with my first child, Laila White, and I saw this. Oh my God, we're going back, way back. Tony Braxton video, Unbreak My Heart. And she's singing and she has this white t-shirt and you can see the arms. And I go like, oh my God, I want to have arms like that. So my brother, who at that time was 17 or 18 years old, he went to national service in Singapore. The boys have to do national service, which is a great thing to get rid of your boys. You don't want them in the house. So you send them to the government so they can go in. No, I'm just kidding, folks. So I asked him and he goes like, oh, okay, so get a pair of dumbbells and I'll teach you what to do. And Xavier would be asleep. And I remember having that mini stepper, the mini stepper that doesn't go up, down too low or too high. Started to do that for 5 minutes. Right. That's my dog, Lola. Shush. So, sorry, Lola's going crazy too. Let me.
Hey, excuse me. That's okay. That's okay. It's live stuff. Stuff happens. Life happens. Okay.
I know. So
you're talking about the light stepper.
The mini stepper, and I would be exhausted after 5 minutes, and then I build up, and I would always put the video on, and I would do the small things the little things that he taught me. Then it grew into interest, where I say, hey, I really want to learn more about this, not to be in the fitness industry, but just for my own knowledge. So I enrolled in Singapore Sports Council, the basic exercise leader group, and it was like a 2-week or 3-week basic course. And then the interest grew, and I took another course, and here I am. And I think personally, for me, going to Singapore Sports Council where they spoon-fed you and you sit down, 5 hours, and then they teach you. The lectures were great, and with no knowledge, it was a great process for me. I learned a lot from them, and the foundation that was built, I got from them. And that's how I started.
So you're saying that you looked at someone holding a baby and you looked at or is it you holding the baby and you were looking at their arms?
No, I saw Tony Braxton's video and she was singing this Unbreak My Heart song and I saw her arms. I mean, she got like little muscles, right? But now I'm like, oh, okay, my muscles are a bit better. So I'm not saying that it wasn't better for her at that time. So that inspired me.
We have to help the peeps out here because many of them probably don't even know who Tony Braxton is. You're right. We gotta be careful, okay? So, folks, just if you don't know, Tony Braxton is a singer. She still is a singer. She's just not up there with all the other singers nowadays. Okay, Tony Braxton rocked, huh?
Yeah, my God. She was she brought sexy after Anita Baker, remember? Oh, we're going back. So
I remember. Okay, I remember. But a lot of, and here's what you guys have to do. You're gonna have to Google this shit. Okay, seriously, Tony Braxton and who did you just mention now?
no, just Tony Braxton. That's the only that was my inspiration.
Right. That was Laila's inspiration. So you need to go ahead and Google this to really find out what the deal is. Okay. So Laila, moving on from there. So you took all the courses and whatnot. Now, share with us your journey, because I know you had something to do with personal training and then you moved on to some other things. Can you go ahead and highlight what you've been doing?
Okay. So I became a personal trainer. Then I'm still a personal trainer. Then I became an aerobics instructor. Then from there, I was offered to do my first gym, to design the gym. That was the Four Seasons Maldives, Landa Girabaru. That was my ever first gym. And then I went into being a speaker in 60 school in Singapore, in secondary school, which is high school in the US. And then about 30 schools in elementary schools, talking about fitness, healthy lifestyle, healthy eating. Then I went on to designing gyms for mostly hotels and homes around the world. So far, I am the consultant for Four Seasons worldwide, and I've done 16 gyms worldwide. And now something new, which is the Fitness Best Asia Awards. So that's the story.
So let's go back to something just a moment ago. You said that you design gyms. I mean, that most people haven't even heard of that before. They're thinking like interior design for homes. They're thinking about designers for automobiles and stuff like that. You actually design gyms. That's
Yes.
incredible. And how did you move into designing? Do you have a designing background? I mean, what's the deal there?
No, I work with architects. I work with designers. What's the other word? Interior designer of hotels.
Okay.
So I got into it because the guy that hired me, he was also into fitness. He was the head of the Four Seasons at that time. We wanted to change the trend of hotel gyms. Normally, when you go to hotels, the gym is the last place that any hotel would invest. It would be at the basement. It'd be very depressing. There's no windows. It's bright white lights. It makes you look awful. You don't want to ever come back. And also, we noticed that because the gym itself in hotels, it doesn't make any money, right? You make money more in the spa. Even though you enter a lobby, a hotel lobby, people look, when you check in, people look at the lobby and go, oh, nice lobby is part of what a hotel is. But gyms, not so much, because nobody actually cares about gyms. We noticed that if you have a space, at Four Seasons, they believe that every single room matters and is important. So if you have the space, why don't make it important? And we also find the trend of only buying one kind of equipment brand. And I am a great believer that I don't believe I'm going to get shot, saying this, but this is my belief, and I will stand by it, that not all your brands are great equipment. I believe that every brand has their own equipment that are great. So instead of just buying one brand, and leaving it to the equipment dealers, they ask me to pick the best of the best according to the hotel, according to what they're trying to achieve, and the look, the feel of the gym.
So, Laila, when you're designing a particular gym, is it how important is it to communicate with let's say, like the people who are going to be attending, the members, or is it more important to kind of like get that stuff straight with the owners? How does that work?
Yeah. No, it works with the architect. I work with procurement. We worked with the manager asking, we have to do the Reiki of the place. We have to find out who are your clientele. Is it a membership, a member club, or is it just hotel guests? If it's just how many rooms, who are your target market? So we have to do a lot of analogy before we design the gym itself. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. And so can you just tell us where were those places again that you actually designed gyms?
Oh, okay. So I've done 16 Four Seasons worldwide. So I've done, the first one was my pride and joy is Landa Gira Baru Four Seasons, Philadelphia, New York, Houston, Dubai, two of the gyms in Dubai, China, Guangzhou,
My goodness.
Geneva, what else here? Miami. I can't remember on top of my head. But Japan.
So you've literally
Tokyo,
been like
sorry.
all over the planet, right?
Yeah. I've
Excellent.
been very, very blessed. London. So yeah. So I'm very blessed. So it's always exciting day in Laila's home.
Exactly. Well, no, and Lila's designed gyms is where it's exciting, right?
Yeah, but I think the course of my life has been very blessed and very, very exciting, because I never say no to anything that's related to possibility of bettering myself.
Excellent. Now hold that thought, Laila, because that's where I want to go. Before we got all the technical stuff, which is really kind of like, okay, but we're going to hear about Laila. But before we do that, there's a transition. Okay. And folks, those of you who are out there, we need to do this for Laila because it's her birthday. Okay. So Laila, wait a minute. Now
Don't do it, Bill.
No. Listen. I went downstairs to Giant. And can you believe this? They don't have candles. That sucks. So I couldn't even get anything to put a candle on. So I got these little poppers. Okay. So I've got to sing happy birthday. And every time, no. Shh. This is my program. Okay. Every time we say happy birthday, I'm going to pop one of these. Okay. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. That was loud. To you. Happy birthday, dear Laila. Happy birthday to you. Okay. Gotta clean up all this.
Thank you very much.
Got it. Okay. Man, it smells like gunpowder. I hope I don't set off the fire alarms, man. All right. Anyway, Laila, happy birthday, okay? All right, now let's get back on the track. Okay. Now, Laila, you mentioned just now, you said that you're willing to accept and do anything that'll make your life better. Can you explain a little bit more about that in terms of what you've actually been challenged with that's changed you? And can you talk about how with your daughters, you're trying to be a role model for them in those changes that you've gone through?
Let me see. I was divorced, my God, how many years ago? About 18 years ago, probably. So I was left with raising two girls at that time. So Xavier is 21. So probably when they were, my math is really bad, 3 and 5 or 2 and 4. So I was left raising them 100% by myself. So it was a bit challenging because at that time I was working as a fitness instructor, part-time, which I earned $15 an hour, and I worked 3 hours, and it was 3 times a week, and I had to raise my children too. And it was an exciting job. So then my marriage broke down, and I had to find means to support two little girls by myself. And doors keep opening up. I had this big gig of running a corporation, workouts for people at the office, a company. So that helped my income. And one thing led to another. I don't know. It's, I never said no to anything. So any job that I got, I am very grateful. So I can't complain. I never complain. I had a client that wanted to work out at 5:30 in the morning, and I would wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And you work. You don't have time. The best thing in life, bad shit happens to the best of people. Don't moan about it. Move forward. You cannot look back. You cannot blame your situation because it doesn't get you anywhere. And I remember I have a phobia in water, but I would jump in the water and do aqua aerobics and pretend that everything's okay. Because at the end of the day, I have to feed my children. I have to make sure my children are safe and they have a roof under their head. So being a role model to my children, I never try to. It's a given. I always. So I finished school, only high school, secondary school. I come from a family of 9. So education at that time was not important. You finish high school, you take your ass to work. I don't want to see you laying around. That's how my parents are, right? And we are a generation of survivors. We survive. We don't moan. We don't believe in, oh my God, I'm emotionally scarred. There's no such thing. Your parents will sit with you and go like, oh, honey, how's school today? So anyways, so it's another topic. But my children, I am very adamant about giving them higher education. I want to give them opportunities. I believe, especially for girls and women, we are capable. Yeah, we are very capable. And the women before us have worked, especially in America, have worked so hard to build a place for women, young women. And to give it up at this age now for women, and they just give up education, I think that's pretty sad. That makes the people that work very, very hard, the women that sacrifice their life in vain, whatever they put the effort in.
Laila, in terms of as you've mentioned about women giving up, what do you mean by that in terms of giving up? Because there's a lot of women out there who have gone the same journey that you have, who are single moms, who are raising their children. They want to do the right things. However, everyone's different, right? You're a very strong person. What advice can you give to someone who's right on the edge of wanting to give up because they don't know what to do? What's your advice to them?
Right. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to belittle anybody that didn't want to do it. Like I think the hardest job is raising kids. I salute, because I know I've done it, and then I have a career now. I know that I'll take a career anytime more than raising kids, because no matter how well prepared you are with the kids, they're always something. They want something. I also believe women are big sacrifices. They sacrifice themselves before anything else. I think women are very afraid to be seen as selfish if they take care of themselves. I think my belief is a woman is the foundation of a home. If the foundation is not strong, the house will fall apart. I've heard women saying that, I can't come to exercise because my mother-in-law is sick. I have to take her. I don't hear this from most men. I can't come because my daughter is not feeling well. I have to take her to this and that. So, and then there's also, I have to choose, between spending time with my children for 30 minutes or I have to take her somewhere or exercising. Then I'll take, so I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I just think that as a human being, as women, you have to give yourself some prop. Like, you got to take care of yourself. It's okay. When you take care of yourself, like, for example, if you get away for 30 minutes or go for a walk, 20 minutes, you come back, you feel refreshed. There's no resentment, because day to day, children screaming, the whole scene of home can drive you insane. and you know that you'll be taken for granted.
How did fitness help you deal with the challenges that you went through, especially as a woman?
It makes me stronger. I feel stronger. I'm less sick. I'm less weaker. It gives me the confidence. I feel very confident. Any gym in the world, I can walk in and feel very confident. I know my stuff. I don't need to be meek, to be the girly. I have no time for that. So it gave me power.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether that makes sense.
No, it does. It does, Laila. You're doing fine. Just roll with it. Yes.
So that's how fitness, and I see a lot of opportunities, especially with women, how women can improve themselves, the confidence, the posture, the way they talk, the way they exchange ideas, and women are more giving in exchanging ideas, so that's how fitness changed my life, I guess. I think so. I don't.
So
all the things that I've done.
Go ahead.
So all the things that I've done also it's I've been told that, because you're a woman, you get this job, because the way you look, you get this job. And I go like, hey, you know what? If it helps me, fantastic. But at the end of the day, when you get into that room, people want you to produce. You are being paid not just for your good looks. Your good looks, if you're a model, then that's fine, but you're not. Okay? So get a grip. So we want our product. We pay you. Show what you can do.
So even though a woman may have assets from the physical standpoint, to use those assets is fine as long as you're producing the results to help people. Is that what you're saying?
I don't think that it should be or shouldn't be. You have an asset anyways. Why would you be classified as you have an asset? You should be using it. Otherwise, that shouldn't be an option. You're good looking. You're not good looking. So it doesn't matter. But what you produce matters at the end of the day.
Got it. Now, in mentioning that, Laila, I understand that your daughters are actually they're in the fashion industry as well. Is that correct?
No, they're studying. They're not in fashion industry. They're university now.
So so they're not doing any type of fashion shoots or anything like that, like they were before, or were they doing that as a hobby? Or?
No. Yeah, they were doing it part time. They were doing it as a hobby or part time. Yeah. But they're studying.
And what do you? When your daughters see you, they see you going through the empowerment that you're going through. What do they say to you? How proud are you of them about the changes? Not all the time, we know. Sometimes you just want to go whack, right? But how proud are you of the things that they are adopting from your being their mother? Can you tell us a little bit about that? Being with your daughters and how perhaps that may be different than what other people may be doing with their daughters, being a single mom.
I think that I consider myself a single parent and a single mom. So as if it's a big difference. But for me, I'm a single parent more than a single mom. I've lost the mom's touch because now I've become the dada.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. So no, it's funny because somehow, somewhere, I believe they think that they have to match up to what I have achieved, which is they don't say it. Sometimes they say, "Oh, we can't be you," and I've never expected them to be me. I expect them to be people of moral values, to be kind, to be hardworking. I believe whatever I've given them as education wise, it's a gift that I think every parent would give to their child. What you do with that is you setting up your life. It's not for you to set up your life to find a job to look after me. It's for you to set up your life so you don't have to call me and ask for money. It's selfish. So I'm looking at myself in the long run. Look after myself. So So for me, they think it's funny because I have been very blessed with my jobs. Like the company and the people that I train uh, flies me everywhere, and it looks glamorous. I mean, for heaven's sake, I shouldn't complain. But they at one stage they believe that I'm a millionaire. They think that I hide my money somewhere. So I go like, you're insane. So anyway, for me, the girls, the girls look at me in different light. They think there's also parts of them. Sometimes it comes out in letters that they say, you're so powerful. You're very strong. I don't think I can do the things that you do. So it's kind of challenging because here you are, you lead your life because you have to do what you have to do to look after your children. And then with all the strength that you have can be also intimidating for your children. They think that they have to live up to your caliber or whatever it is. So I don't know. I hope that I inspire them. The things that I inspire them, I hope, moral values. Be kind, no matter how good looking you are. I tell them that this all the time. You can be the best looking girl, woman. One day, something happens to your face. If you're a nice person, people will say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. She's such a nice person. If you were that bitch that everybody hate, they were like, she deserves it. Nobody's going to lend you a helping hand. So I think my children, I'm proud to say I can claim this. I can't claim their education when they do well in school, but I can claim that I believe my children are very generous and very kind-hearted. That I claim because I have beaten them to the pulp for that.
I love it. And that's really wonderful. You said you cannot claim their education, but you can claim this. Because this is what they're going to be. And that's really quite beautiful. So people, for those of you who are watching this, whether or not it's on the replay or whether or not it's live, you're starting to notice that there's little messages coming out in all of these Facebook Lives from the guests that are on that's not complicated. They're very simple, very short lessons like what Laila is saying right now. That it seems like we're forgetting, we're complicating things with all this other kind of stuff. We got to do it like this, got to do it like that. But ultimately, like you said, you just have to go ahead and claim something and then work, like you said, you just beat them to a pulp to make sure that one claim is set, because then it's just like a little pebble in the water. That's wonderful. So Laila, let me ask you something. In the health and wellness industry, over all these years of dealing, whether or not it's design, personal training, fitness speaking, what are some of the things that you see in the industry that kind of like piss you off nowadays? Didn't used to be like that at all.
Ooh, don't let me get started.
Get started. Come on. Okay. I'm not doing this. I'm not asking this question for sensationalism, folks. The reason why I'm asking this question is because when someone talks about these things that pisses them off, people need to wake up and listen, because those are the things to watch out for so that they don't keep occurring. So go for it, Laila.
My biggest issue is nowadays is instant gratification. Everything is instant gratification. So now you can go online. I'm not belittling. Probably somebody that goes online being certified is a lot smarter than me. Okay. But I think that when you are dealing with physical activities, you need to go to a course that will involve physical education also, not just from the internet. It was amazing because I remember when I was doing my fitness instructor course, which is the basic, one of the lecturers says, okay, so let's do a chest press, and the guy sits on the machine and he goes like, okay, so as an instructor, you tell him what you're supposed to feel. And the guy says, I don't feel anything. He goes like, okay, let's go and do dumbbells, flies. And then the instructor's looking at him. He goes like, then you're wrong. You are supposed to execute and explain how to execute the exercise, to engage the muscle. So that's the physical part. This is not what you learn and say, okay, so if you push and don't lock your elbows, everybody can do that. That pisses me off. And the other thing is, now I also noticed that this word community, in every fitness industry, wellness industry now, everything is like community, you know, let's get together in community. But I think we overuse that word. I think that the word community is taken lightly. Hang on a second, there's something just pop out. Can you still hear me?
Yep, I can still hear you.
Okay, so in I'm a Singaporean, I'm a Malay. So in Malay, so this is a little bit of education, guys. In Malay, the word gotong royong is community. Community work. It means working together. Yeah, in the village when I was growing up, you know, we worked together. So I think that what is lacking in the fitness industry is working together. We need to build each other up. We need to work together. We need to encourage each other. We need to uplift instead of putting down one another. We are in the fitness industry. We have to work as a unit to serve our clients and the fitness community. That's the actual word of community. But there's so many like, oh, I'm the best, you know, and that person is shit, you know. It's just I guess in every more than two people, I think in any group, there's always going to be bickering. There's always going to be messiness. Yeah. But I really believe that there's no humility, like Diane was saying. There's no graciousness. Those are the things that I don't like. And I also see it's a very male dominant industry, like everything else.
Okay. Right? Yeah. Now you're gonna get some throwback on this one. So support this platform. Go for it. No, go for it. I mean, seriously, it's a male-dominated industry. Now, first question: why is it a male-dominated industry? Second question: what do we need to do about it? So, first question: why?
I can't. I'm not a man, so I can't change the man. I'm a woman. I can only speak for myself from my own experience. I think women. I'm not talking about all women. I'm talking about some women feel intimidated when you go to the gym. Okay, and I see the girly part, and they know some women know their stuff, but they still are willing to be the meek and let the guys speak and talk, and like I've seen where a girl is doing the exercise, a guy comes up and he goes like, oh, you have to do this. And he's teaching her all the wrong stuff. She was doing the right stuff. But I think that we need to speak up. We can be gracious about it. Oh, that's interesting, but I'm comfortable about doing this way. I think that we women have to change the way we look at in the fitness industry. If we know our stuff, we know our stuff, whether it's men or women, right? But we always feel that it's a men's world. I mean, fitness. I mean, Bill, honestly, when you go to a gym, how many women have you seen pulling up their t-shirt to look at their abs in the mirror or doing this? Or doing this? No, none. Women work, and women are very critical of ourselves. We don't want to look in the mirror. We go like, oh my God, my ass is so big, my thigh is so flabby, but not the guys. And they will be like, like squeezing until I don't know what to pop up their bicep. And I'm like, please give it a break, just finish your workout and go. So, oh my God, I'm going to get such.
No, that's okay. But that was very interesting what you said. You were talking, because you know what I really thought was going to come out, which is where a lot of people will go. They'll see the tag underneath you right now, male-dominated fitness industry. So what people are going to be thinking is, yeah, get on them, get on the men and tell them why they are dominating the industry. But you flip that around. What you're saying is that as women must stand up to also not allow certain things to happen, right?
Of course. You can't control the outside of you. You can only control yourself. And I mean, that's the way to live your life, because shit's gonna happen anyways around you. So if you're trying to control them, the result is not what you're gonna get, and you're gonna be upset about it. So I'd rather be upset and try to make myself better than trying to change people that don't want to change. I think it's ultimately your life, how you see your life and how you conduct your life.
So let me ask you on that note, kind of moving a little bit forward from the things that piss you off. How do you feel about what technology is doing to the health and wellness industry?
It's confusing. There's so much information that you don't know which one is right or which one is wrong. I'm a great believer, and there was once when my tags on my Instagram is always stick to basic, stupid.
Okay. But help us out. Help us out, Laila, when you say stick to basics, because many people may not even know what that means. So when you say stick to basics, okay, in terms of how technology has overwhelmed the things, what are some of the basics that people really need to know? What do you mean by basics versus the complicated stuff?
Because it's so one day one exercise is okay, and the other day the next is not okay, and then it's coming back to, oh, it's okay to do that exercise that wasn't okay anymore. So it's very conflicting. I think that to me, basic the foundations are form. How do you execute an exercise? What muscle group are you targeting? Be specific about it. And safety-wise, those are basics to me. I see a lot of trends. There's a lot of trends and people need to make money. They have to come up with ideas, and some ideas are great ideas. But then, do you sacrifice all that for form and safety? I mean, so for me, I stick to basic. I know that I just turned 50 today. I am very, very careful with my joints, so I do the very basic. I like, sometimes I go to classes that are exciting, but if it's not for me, I know it's not for me and I don't feel good about it, I won't pursue it. Technology has changed because everybody can go online and everybody can be an expert of something. There's a lot of, everybody wants to be an expert. Everybody, and it's fantastic, I mean, I can't put anybody down because they've got more opportunities, more followers, or whatever. But to a certain point, for me personally, what does it do for me? What are my ethics? What are my goals? What do I stand for? For me, I am very careful with people's injury, and body is, to me, is like a temple. Once when your client comes to you, they surrender the most important instrument. It's their body. You injure that, they probably will never get 100%, probably 90%. So you are responsible for somebody's body. So I take that very seriously.
Great. And does that make sense? Yes, it does make sense, Laila. In line with that, when clients come to you and their bodies are basically their temples for this, many people, and particularly women, struggle with this whole notion of nutrition and diet. How, in your eyes, how is that affecting the psychology of women in the way that they feel about themselves?
I mean, it's got to do with the media also, the certain looks that we have to be. Unrealistic. I think sometimes I'm in the wrong profession. I should have been a plastic surgeon instead of a personal trainer, because they come and they go like, oh, I don't want to lose here, but I want to lose here. And I go like, okay, it doesn't work that way. And then you go like, oh, I need to fit in this dress in 2 weeks. What should I do? Should I starve? And what can I eat? So they don't understand the process. They want quick fixes. Women want quick fixes because of the pressure of looking good is higher for women than men. Women are more judged by the way they look than men, I think. So for them, they want quick fixes. They want to find quick results, and it just doesn't work that way. And nobody looks at it as a journey. Everybody look at it. They want to reach the destination without going through the journey, without understanding the fundamentals of nutrition. Why do we eat good food? We eat good food because it's supposed to give you energy. It doesn't make you feel sluggish. It doesn't, in the long run, makes you ill. So I think it's time. I forgot the question, and I'm seeing now.
No, you answered the question. It was in terms of what it is when women come to you. How does nutrition, how does dieting affect their psychology? And you started off talking about how it's the industry in terms of media. Can you talk a little bit more about how media influences that whole trend, especially for women and or men as well, and what to be careful of?
Well, we're seeing a lot of changing trend now, in the sense that women are no longer want to be skinny. Women want to be, thanks to Beyonce, everybody wants to have a butt, but they don't know that most African Americans have nice butts for the longest time, right? J-Lo just came out with J-Lo's butt. But now we see women training hard, heavier weights, using weights. They understand between training, rest, and the right food. I think that women media, the skinny models it's no longer such a pressure for girls, especially in I guess in the States, in Asia, in Singapore. But I do take it personally when I see some ads saying that, oh, you don't have to exercise. All you have to do is come and do the repping, and if you don't know it, yes, I give it to you. You don't know it, and you're smitten by it, and it's quick fix. But I think it's misleading. It's look more than health. So it depends on what your goal is as a woman. I think the slimming centers around the world is big, and then it promotes bulimia, anorexia, especially for young girls. But are we truly happy as women? We're never happy. We're very critical of ourselves. The skinny girls want to be more voluptuous. The voluptuous want to be skinny, So I think that it's very easy to tell women, just be happy, like who you are. When you see on TV, you see in magazine, keep reminding them, no, actually, I don't like who I am, but that comes from nurturing, from education, from knowing your stuff, from the support system.
Have your daughters ever approached you about this in terms of how, voluptuous wanting to be slimmer and slim people wanting to be voluptuous, or something similar?
Yeah, my children are very, very skinny. They're very slim. They're very tall. So they go like, oh, I hate my arms. I hate my arms because they're so skinny. And I look at them and I say, do you know how many people are starving just to look like you guys? They're like, yeah, but no, I just want, like Beyonce's thighs. And I say, you got to work out. You have to work out. But they tried the working out, and I'm a great believer of not forcing them, because I know they'll fall out anyways. So they tried the gym a few times, and then they tell me that, oh my God, I don't know how you do it. This is so tough. So I said, you've got a long way to go. You're very, very lucky. I said, it's falling in love. It's falling in love. I fell in love with fitness, and I'm still in love with it. So I'm very, very lucky to be still going to a place that I fall in love. And I'm very vain. I'm very cheap. I don't want to change my clothing size. I don't want to buy any more clothes. So
that's great. Now, Laila, I'm going to ask you a question, but first of all, Ben says, can you see that there? He's wishing you a happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ben. I'm sorry, I'm blind, so I have to put my magic eyes.
Okay. Thanks for that, Vin. And Rosmani, okay, Ramin is there, and he says that he thinks that muscles feel and look really great. So good on you guys. Okay. Let me ask you another question in terms of health and fitness. Now, prepare yourself for this. Now, Laila, out of nutrition, activity or exercise, or mindset, to you, which one is most important?
Mindset.
Why?
With mindset, you can achieve the other two. If you only pick one of the other,
Explain more.
So if you pick only the food, the nutrition part, you fall out eventually because you don't have a strong mindset. So if you say exercise, if you don't have a strong mindset, you're going to fall out of any program. So the brain is the one that controls your eating, your working out. So I'm a great believer, the brain is your muscle. If you train your muscle, the brain muscle, you can achieve everything and anything.
So for those people out there, okay, because there's a lot of women who are going through challenges, and they may need help, guidance in trying to figure out, what do they do? Do they get themselves involved in yoga? Do they get themselves involved in meditation? Do they just breathe more? I mean, all this life is just smacking them right, left, and center. How can women reach out and find that mindset that will be healthy for them? What would they need to do?
Decide what's not working for you. Detect what's not working for you and change that first. That's the first step. I need one thing. We need one thing to change. I think that's a lot. Women don't. There's also so much pressure of women to perform, to be great. There's always like jealousy. Oh, I can't tell you that I'm going through hard stuff because then my own stuff, my own dirty laundry, and nobody's going to help me. I think there's a lot of cover up. Women like to cover up their mess. They're not very honest. They're very shy about talking about their problems, so other women cannot reach out and help. I think if you decide one thing to change about yourself that you don't like, and you have to identify that, you have to realize you tried everything that's not working, right? Why don't you just change one thing? Just one thing. Like, for example, okay, all I do is sit on the couch, right? So I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna take a walk, 10 minutes. 10 minutes walk, that's it. And then the next time when you walk, and don't be ambitious. Don't go like, okay, I'm gonna do 45 minutes walk every single day, and you've never exercised your entire life. You are setting yourself up for failure. Trust me on this. Set small goals, set realistic goals. Why are you gonna bring yourself down? Lift yourself up. That's what you're supposed to do. Everybody else is gonna lift yourself down. So don't do that to yourself. Take small steps, small goals, take one day at a time. And then if you fail the next day, don't worry about it. Pick it up another day. Life's too short to be worried about small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff.
And that happens, doesn't it? I mean, people, they fall, flip up, and they have a difficult time trying to get back up again.
Yeah. But are you comfortable being down? Are you happy being down? If you're the sort of person, this is what I believe. If you're the sort of person that happy feeling down without complaining and talking about it, then good for you. But if you're the person that stays down and complain and complain and complain until everybody else around you want to slit their own wrists, then do something about it. Because it's not fair to you. It's not fair to your surrounding.
So, last question, Laila. And, This is Zinni. Rosmani also says, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey in fitness. Now, in terms of that journey, what are your thoughts about us as fitness professionals? For example, the Fitness Awards tomorrow is reaching out to those people in the industry.
Right.
So, and I'm not quite sure. So let's find out right now. Is it open for people to come, or do they have to catch it on some other medium? And I may be covering it. Pardon?
Okay, so the ticket is almost sold out. So there might be you can walk in and buy the ticket. So we were expecting about 240 people. So now we've got a full house, which is incredible. So this if I may talk about this a little bit,
Sure,
a little bit. Okay. So
give us the name of it again.
Okay, it's Fitness Best Asia Awards.
Okay.
Okay. So I was this idea came in April 2016. A gentleman from the US, John Mims, approached. I call him my boss, and I've never had a boss before. So Bernard O. And he said, I've never had a boss, right? I've never worked with a team, so life changes and woohoo. So so they noticed that there is nobody in Asia has this recognition, like, there's nothing happening in fitness wise. We used to have Reebok convention. You remember many years ago, the convention, the Hyatt Hotel, and it died, right? So he goes like, so what's happening? So they have an award show, a fitness award show in Europe. They have one in the Middle East. So they go like, hey, this is our opportunity to do it in Asia. So their core business is sports. So they create new events. They promote new events. So I was approached again by Jeremy Lim, and he sat down with me, and then he sent. I said, okay, I'm doing this, and then I'm kind of busy. I'm designing, and so then he sent.
Laila, let me just cut in there. So let's give a shout out, Jeremy Lim. So explain to us how Jeremy Lim is involved in the production. What was his role?
Okay. So Bernard owns AMC Asia, AMC Experience. So Jeremy is the managing director of AMC Experience. So he comes. He is the guy that puts it together. He ideas and blah blah blah, all the good stuff. So Jeremy approached me to offer me the job as technical director. And I said, oh, okay, because I'm busy, blah, 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 blah. And he sent his two other people, which is Steve, the Frenchman, who speaks with a French accent, and then Samantha, who interviewed me, and, so they're
going to be watching this, Laila. They're going to be watching this, okay? So if you have some spillback, guys, Steve, it's not my fault, okay? She said it, not me. Okay, go ahead, Laila. So anyway,
go ahead. They approached me and we need somebody to can you do it? And it's an amazing journey and privilege for me because I've never worked with a team, and I have a great team, young, vibrant team, and we sit around together, and I created with them 20 categories. For individuals, facilities, and also the one that I am so proud of is our Vanguard category, which consists of community campaign, lifetime fitness achievement awards.
So explain that, Laila. Tell us what that is. That Vanguard Award, the other fitness. Go ahead. Tell everyone.
Okay, so the Vanguard Awards is only for the country that's hosting. So this year, this award is the first of its kind in Asia, and it's the first in Singapore. It's being launched in Singapore. So the Vanguard Award is only open for Singaporean. So we have 4 categories for the Vanguard. The first one is athletes. The second one is para-athletes. The third is the community campaign. Fourth is the lifetime fitness achievers. So the athletes, of course, we have about eight finalists. And then we have the wonderful para athletes. You know, we have to salute our para athletes. And then we have the community campaign, meaning that, oh, for example, you know, we have car wash day or carpool day, you know, one of the categories. And then we have the lifetime fitness achievers, these people that were great athletes, are still great athletes and still contributing to the community. Now they contribute to the community. They are the inspiration, the backbone of fitness and sports. So I'm very, very, very proud of that category. Not that I'm not proud of the other category. Those are my peers. You know, those are the Pilates instructor, the yoga instructor, the group exercise leader, the personal trainer, male and female, the Muay Thai, you know, MMA facilities, all that. That's my. But this is like a treasure. We have to be proud of our para athletes, our lifetime achievers, our athletes. These are, and the motivators of campaigns, the Singapore campaigns, you know, trying to get people fit. So I'm so proud. So we've got those categories, and we brainstorm, you know, we've got submissions, and we've got hundreds of submissions, and then the panel of judges, the incredible panel of judges have to go through them, and I'm so glad I'm not one of them, and then narrow it down, and, you know, have to come up with a winner. And by winner, I mean that, to me, you know, everybody says, oh, but you guys are all winners, you know, to us. But it's true. It's true. If you look at the calibers of the finalists, they are true winners. And one of the criteria.
Before you go on there, you mentioned that there were submissions. So how does it work? For example, the Academy Awards has an academy that makes the vote, and then the People's Choice Awards in the United States, actually the people actually vote, and then the MTV Awards and blah, blah, blah. So how are the submissions made for the Fitness Best Asia Awards? Who's actually voting on the individuals?
So we open it up to the public. So they start sending. So we encourage people to send in who they think are the best, for example, personal trainer, right? And then when we narrow it down, we contact the finalists, and we want them to, we require them to send their certifications, what certifications they take. We want to see their experience, like a resume. And then we also ask them to send videos of themselves conducting classes, so we can send it to the judges, because the judges, mind you, are all over in the region. Yeah, they're not in Singapore, so they have to look at that. So they are judged by they are judged by how they conduct the class, and it's not like, okay, one more. It's how you interact with your client, your body language, you know, the delivery, how professional you are. And the most importantly, which we are so proud of, is what are your community contributions?
So that's interesting, because now what we've done is, aside from yesterday, which was the WBPF, which was about looking at the individuals, looking at their symmetry, looking at how beautiful they were, this is an entirely different type of award ceremony, because correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like this is more about the interaction with your clients. This is more about your community. This is more on a spiritual, passionate, compassionate, serving, as Diane Haslam mentioned earlier, level. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely correct. This is not about your own ego. This is about people, the people that submitted you because they think you are the best. They think that you qualify every criteria. This is not about me standing. The awards yesterday is all about yourself. It's your discipline. It's you presenting yourself. But this is other people, how other people that you've inspired voting for you, rooting for you.
Great.
So this is incredible. I'm so happy about this awards, because being Asian, being Singaporean, I think that it's time Asia is being put on the map and being recognized. And there's a lot of talented individuals in Asia. We just need to give them, this creates a platform for them to be on, interact, and be recognized and honored.
That's beautiful. So folks, everyone who's listening out there, your preconceptions of what award ceremonies are like are nothing like what's happening tomorrow. As Laila mentioned,
Right.
it's not about a selfish showcase. It's about how people see these winners that are coming on tomorrow, which is absolutely fantastic. You know, I wasn't aware that it actually went into that area. So I'm even more excited to perhaps come down and check it out. That's really, really interesting. So Laila, I know we've kept you on for a long time here. It's been over an hour. How can people get in touch with you to either get inspiration, to get information about what it is that they may need help with? Is there a place that you want to funnel them off into, or you want to go ahead and host there? What do you say on that?
Well, I'm not as tech suave as you, the camera and stuff like that. So I'm going to stick to emails. You can email me at laila.white@fitnessbest.com or lailawhite at elite-fit.com. So I'm available at both emails, and I'm sometimes to my own, I answer too quickly.
No,
this is not a good thing.
Your answers have been spot on. It's been very natural, and it's been authentic, which is what's really needed nowadays. Not all the scripted stuff. I mean, and I know I caught you off guard. I said, Laila, come on, let's just do this. And you're like, but you've just, it's incredible what you and Diane have been teaching us today. So Laila, I'm going to give you the last sound here. When people are endeavoring to get a healthier lifestyle, what is your simple, short lesson that you would say to them?
Start small. Keep it simple. In the sense that I'm going to give you an example, which is a lot easier than for me talking fluff. Okay. For example, I would start, if I've never exercised in my entire life and I want to start a healthy lifestyle, I would say, okay, I'm going to go for a walk after dinner for 10 minutes. So I'll do that and I'll keep my promise. I'm going to do it, start off with once a week first. And if I feel that I'm okay, I'm going to do it twice a week. It's like a bonus. And that's it. Yeah. And if I want to go to the gym, I said, you all are too ambitious. Just do 20 minutes. Walk into the gym, 20 minutes, and already organize what you want to do. I'm going to do 3 things. Okay. I'm going to warm up for 10 minutes. I'm going to do abs. And probably I'm going to do very basic squats. That's it. And leave. Do not chit chat. Do not take off your t-shirt and take pictures. Leave. Okay. So then the second week you go like, oh my God, it's do it once and never, ever, ever, ever go with friends for the first time. Don't, because if your friend fall out, you are not going again. Okay. Be brave. Everybody, I tell you, this is my advice. And I know this because I have been in this industry in gym in and out for 19 years. People are so conscious about themselves, especially women. They think they walk in the gym, everybody's looking. People are conceited. After 5 minutes, nobody gives a shit about you. They will look at themselves in the mirror. Trust me on this. Trust me. I know. So just go. And then you say, okay, I'm going to go for once a week for 20 minutes. That's it. The following week, increase it to either twice a week for 20 minutes or 25 minutes. It's a journey, my friends. Do not think that by going twice a week, hey, how come I never lose weight? Give it a break. Okay? You have been sitting on your ass for years and years and years. This is not a magic kingdom that you come in and you come out. You have to put effort. You have to put a lot of effort in it, just like you put a lot of effort sitting on your ass eating. So, you got to balance it. You got to be patient with yourself. Love yourself to be patient. It's a journey. Enjoy it. Everything is a journey. So that's my advice. Keep it simple. Be realistic. And then if you do not, like, for example, if I say, oh, I didn't go to the gym on Wednesday. Oh my God, I'm such a failure. Don't worry about it. Go on Thursday. as long as you do something, as long as you move, exercise is moving your body. It doesn't mean that you have to go to the gym. It's moving your body. That's it.
Love it. That's brilliant. Laila, that is so spot on. Folks, Laila White, the technical director of Fitness Fitness
Best Asia.
Fitness Best Asia. Okay, I always get the names wrong. Folks, it's going to happen tomorrow, but the tickets are sold out, right, Laila? And there's still
walk-ins, a few walk-ins tickets. So, but yeah, there might be. So if you want to come and join us, come.
All right. And what I'll do, folks, you can see it in the post, okay? There's links all over the place. So try to make it down. If not, then you can tune in tomorrow because I will be doing some interviewing there with individuals. I think. I don't know. It's all up to Laila, okay, and Diane and everyone else. But so, folks, this has been wonderful. Laila has, and for people who are just coming into this for the replay, scroll back through. What I've done is I've tagged subject matter throughout Laila's chit chat with me, so that you can fast forward and get to the really good stuff or things that really affect you. But I would recommend that you listen to everything. This has been absolutely wonderful. Laila, thank you so much for sharing not only your life but your wisdom with us today. There was all types of things that were literally going to transform people, both physically, spiritually, and psychologically. So thank you very much, Laila.
Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, we'll see you then. Bye-bye now.
Bye.